Decision Plus has been and still is a leading stock market service provider. From training to coaching, we cover it all. Try both our software as well as our coaching site, completely free for 10 days without obligation. No credit card is needed to sign up for the trial. The trial subscription will be automatically canceled for you at the end. DecisionPlus.com, your stock market service center. Real-time coaching has been created. We search and classify critical reports and technical movements. You can visualize or hear the best buying and selling opportunities. Get real-time advice all day long and 3 live coaching shows per day. Let us do the work and save your time for trading. Try MarketGurus.tv free without obligation for 10 days in the menus above. Market Vision Plus is the trading companion of so many investors. Make your fundamental and technical analysis easy with Canada's #1 stock market decision-making software. Research, decide, and follow your positions with Market Vision Plus. See the menus just above this program and try Market Vision Plus for 10 days without any obligation after the show. When it comes to day trading, Trader Plus is the right tool. Track 50 quotes simultaneously. Create dozens of quick lists. Display as many as 30 real-time intraday charts at the same time. Watch the action with candlesticks or bar charts as fast as 10 seconds. See the market by sectors. Use the chart models already prepared for you. Try Trader Plus for 10 days in the menu above without any obligation.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Swing Trading Show. Today we're Wednesday, July 15, 2015. The question bar is open, folks. If ever you have any questions, feel free to ask them. We're also going to take off the free trial board on the right so you can have access to the full screen and ask your question. So today, folks, we have a surprise announcement by the Bank of Canada. They lowered their interest rate by 25 basis points, and now it is at 50 basis points. This has created on the Canadian dollar a wave of selling pressure, because when a central bank decrease or lower its interest rate, people are selling the currency. Why? Because they have a lower interest rate on the Canadian dollar. They might as well go into another currency when they can get a higher yield. And this is why today we have a big decline among FXC, which is the Canadian dollar. This is a way for Stephen Poloz to try to help Canadian manufacturers have a cheaper dollar so that can boost exports. Now, this has created a wave of buyers into the energy sector. If we take a look at this here, intraday-wise, we had a slight rally that was short-lived. And this rally was only due to expectations that with a low interest rate, well, energy companies will have more incentives to invest more because they will have better financing conditions. So this is a way, this is why we had this surge, but it was really short-lived. So on the energy sector, the sector got back into a neutral cycle today. Now, those of you who've bought some position in the energy sector, because yesterday we started a rebound in that sector, most of those positions you should continue to hold on to them. For instance, Kelt Exploration, since it broke out yesterday, the stock is pursuing its rally. Canadian Service Tech broke out also as well yesterday, but so far it has a correction, but it has not broken down its support of 649. So you should continue to hold on to that stock. Trinidad Drilling broke out also as well yesterday, but so far testing its support. It needs to go below 375 for you to close that position if you bought it yesterday. What I said also yesterday is that if you bought some position in the energy sector, that the upward momentum was limited. So you have to take into account that even if today there's a correction, it's something you have to tolerate, and it was actually the risk you were willing to take if you were buying some position yesterday among energy stocks, because today most of them are having a correction, but a correction not big enough to bring those to make those stocks that were breaking out yesterday into stocks you should close your positions onto. Now, on the Nasdaq today, we also have the pursuit of the bullish cycle. On the Dow Jones, the timid pursuit of the bullish cycle. I think right now investors will be less willing to continue to buy the market as much because there's the vote on Greece that the parliament will have to take today concerning the austerity measures. You know that yesterday the prime minister was facing a rebellion. We just saw a tweet today saying how the finance minister was so discouraged with the debate in the parliament because a lot of people who are against those reforms. But markets maybe expect that the parliament will vote for the additional measures, but so far nothing has been clear yet. We know that the Greek banks will stay closed for at least 1 month, and I think the vote in Greece will actually determine what's going to happen with the direction of the market. If they vote to reject those reforms, well then we will expect a decline on the markets today, but so far the vote has not been casted yet. For the TSX, we have a pursuit of the rally. Why? Because, of course, we had the energy sector that contributed, but also the financial sector is contributing more. Why? Because when we have a low interest rate, what does it do for banks? It's positive for banks because they'll be able to actually continue to find new buyers, new loans for home buyers. And this is actually a way to make the market more competitive because some banks will lower the interest rate to attract more customers. So this is why we have CIBC that is surging but still stays neutral. National Bank as well still surging but still stays neutral. And TD that is surging but still stays neutral. We can say that right now our Canadian banks with this rate cut by the Central Bank of Canada are starting to confirm a bottom. I'm going to show you in the next segment also a list of stocks that are showing a bottom. We have published the full list on marketgurus.tv that you can have access for free for 10 days. But I'm going to show you here the list of stocks that are just like the banks confirming also a bottom. Elsewhere, we're also going to take a look at what happened in China in terms of economic indicators. So far, so good. Okay. Just to clarify here, what I said about Greek banks that they might close for the next month, those are only rumors, and it's not official yet because there's the vote that will be casted today in the parliament. So far it's only rumors. Now, the list I want to show you here, I'm not going to show you all that list. As I said, the full list is all published on marketgurus.tv. But the railroad sector, railway stocks are at a point where they're confirming an important bottom. Look at this here on the railroad sector. Right now, we're testing an important upward trend there on a yearly basis. This corresponds to this former support of 2014. So this is actually an important point. After we thought this could be one, but it wasn't. Finally, this one seems to be the great one here on the railroad sector. So those of you who want to start to build up your long position on that sector, you're well positioned to do that because to get out, well, your loss potential will not be that great. I give you an example of stock like Canadian Pacific. You can buy that stock today, exit point 196. And 196, look, it corresponds to all this bottom there, right, of all this upward trend on a yearly basis. So we are at a point where we could have a wave of buyers that's starting to come in among those railway stocks. There's other also companies in the US that are also having that situation. And talking of that companies in the US, there's one company I want to bring your attention on, CSX Corp. They released their earnings today. They did good. And CSX Corp is also in a situation where you could start to build up your long position, buy some of it, and put your exit point if ever the stock breaks its support, so below 31.68 on CSX Corp. But so far, this is one of the few stocks that is standing out in the railway sector. Concerning China, we had today 3 indicators. Second quarter GDP reading, an increase of 7% compared to estimates of 6.9. Good job there. Industrial production increase of 6.8 compared to 6%. And retail sales an increase of 10.6 versus estimates of 10.1. So the major decline that we had among the Chinese index in the last few months, I would say, didn't have an impact on those data. Some analysts are saying that those data are flawed. They're not right, but so far this is the official data that we have. The Chinese index has not reacted as much to those positive data, but the index remains neutral after the tough measures that were adopted by the government to force investors to not sell their shares for the next 6 months, allowing their pension funds to buy some shares and hold on to them as long as the index remains below 4,500 points. So those are all some measures that have led this rally. And right now, with those positive economic data, we might expect a stabilization phase. Usually, we would have thought that a positive data like that would have created some upward momentum among the mining stocks, but so far, nothing happened. We have the mining sector that stays totally neutral. We have Hudbay Minerals here that stays neutral. Teck Resources as well. It might be frustrating for those of you who still have Teck Resources when you bought that stock on July 14 when it was starting its first bullish momentum. But as I said, I think you should continue to hold on to Teck Resources. Don't forget, 1308 is the target on that stock. That doesn't mean that because today's we have a correction on Teck Resources that the stock might not pursue its rally. Exit point 1143 on a stock like Teck Resources. We do have weakening volume also as well on a stock like that. Thompson Creek surged today, but Thompson Creek so far, look, there's all that resistance that's at 93 cents. We need the stock to break 93 cents before confirming a clear breakout on Thompson Creek Metals. Now, folks, I want to actually bring your attention here to the steel sector where we have a lot of weakness on that sector there. Look at the vector, testing an important support. We have some stocks that could break down. Actually, on MarketGurus.tv, every day we publish a list of stocks that could break out or break down. And that stock is among that list, United States Steel. If it goes below 1879, that would be a clear breakdown on that stock. However, with a decline of so much that has been lasting for so long, I don't know that if we do have a breakdown, could it last? Could it allow us to make a 10%? This is what I doubt on a stock like that. So far, we couldn't make a new low, but we have the histogram that is still in positive territory. So those are all some factors that are worrying. And also look at here the stochastics. It's not an overbought situation, because the overbought situation we could mostly consider it towards 80%. We're not there yet, but we could actually reverse to head towards the oversold situation. But from that point to here, there's so much less potential. And also the histogram that is in positive territory. Those are all some factors that make me worry about a stock like United States Steel if it starts to break down, to open some position for swing trading on it.
Find answers to your questions by emailing your host at btm@decisionplus.com.
5 good reasons to manage your investments with National Bank Direct Brokerage. Commission fees fixed at $9.95 anytime for all clients and starting at only $6.95 for active investors. No administrative fees if you hold at least $20,000 in your accounts. Registered accounts available in U.S. currency. Powerful tools to help you manage your portfolio. Award-winning customer service and satisfaction levels amongst the highest in the industry. To learn more, visit nbdb.ca or call us now.
Real-time coaching has been created. We search and classify critical reports and technical movements. You can visualize or hear the best buying and selling opportunities. Get real-time advice all day long and 3 live coaching shows per day. Let us do the work and save your time for trading. Try MarketGurus.tv free without obligation for 10 days in the menus above.
So basically what I mean with the steel stocks is that a lot of them could break down, but in terms of the technical indicators, which means that could those breakdowns give us a 10 to 15% gain potential, I don't believe that we do have that for those steel stocks. But I just wanted to highlight that they could break down. Now, with this situation here, we believe that it's all about day trading. So let's focus on the best day trading opportunity that we had today on the markets. We had BGMD that has been recommended on MarketGurus.tv. Let's take a look at some where I've been the entry point on a stock like that. First of all, by not putting any indicators, let's just take a look at what have been the sideway formation that have been broken out. So we have here a sideway formation, right? Because we stayed within it for a while. This was a resistance that was tested. We went down. a support because every time we tested that support, we went slightly back up. And finally, we broke out here. Now, on this breakout, it was kind of weak because volumes were not increasing as much. However, we had another sideway formation there, and we had a clear breakout here. And what happened in that breakout? First of all, volume started to surge, and first uptick, second uptick. So that was confirming the strength of this breakout here. So this is what 189, it was a great buying signal on a stock like BGMD for day trading. Now, if you got in on that stock, the strategy for day trading is that whenever you buy a stock, whenever you make a 5, 6, or 10%, take some profit quickly. That's the strategy because you never know when the stock is going to stop. Right now, let's put some indicators on that stock. Let's put a stochastics here. And now you see that the stochastics is on the oversold situation, but there's no buyers who are coming in yet, which means that those of you who got in here or there should actually be willing to take some profit right now because there's still a risk that the selling pressure that we have right now in BGMD could continue because no buyers are stepping in yet. So for BGMD, those of you who got in here, take some profit on that position. If you want to get in again on that stock, well, you have to wait for the wave of buyers to come in on increasing volume on a stock like that. So an increase in volume, a stochastics that head towards this overbought situation, that will be key, and 260 will be the entry point. Another one is DRRX. Actually, that stock has been our day trade of the day. The thing we love with that stock is the several entry points that we had. So we had one entry point here. This one was tough though, because usually we tend to look at the stochastics to determine if a stock is an entry point. On this one here, stochastics was overbought, which means that nobody could have said that we could have continued this breakout, right? So the stochastics was not a reliable indicator because it doesn't always work all the time. Now we had another one here, a sideway formation and another breakout here on that stock, DRX. And what did the stochastic says? We saw that the stochastics was just tilting towards the overbought situation. And on this one here, it did signal a great buying point. Now on this one here, it was short-lived. We have not been able to take some profit yet on that stock. The next entry point is going to be around 272. So yes, this was a great entry point. It's a great entry point even if you're not able to take some profit yet. Now your exit point, if you got in here, remains at 264. Now, Aiden asked me what stochastics do I use on Market Vision software. I use the 933 stochastics here, 933 stochastics on the intraday chart. This is the model I use for the intraday chart. But usually, if I take a look on a daily basis on a stock, I tend to use two stochastics. First of all, the 933 and also the 1555. No, sorry, 522. So 522 or 933. And look at this. 933 is showing us that we're almost close to the overbought situation. Actually, we're close to it. And the 522 also show the same situation. So there is a convergence between those two stochastics, and that makes me say that really that the probability that a stock like that could pursue its rally remains limited because the wave of buyers is starting to fade away. Also, another stock I want to bring to your attention is OHRP. One entry point here, clearly on the stochastics. Look, we were tilting towards the overbought situation. Volumes were increasing. Great entry point there. Where did the other entry point came? This was a resistance. And when did the other entry point came? Here. Well, the stochastic was just leaving the oversold situation. Volumes was increasing as well. So you had two great entry points just by looking at the stochastics. As I said, it doesn't always work all the time, but it is an indicator that you can use to allow you to determine, do I have a higher probability of that stock pursuing its rally if I'm getting in today? So I've shown you how you could use the stochastics. Usually it's 9-3 that we use to determine if a stock is a great entry point or not for day trading. It's all about day trading today. We have the Greek Parliament vote that is going to be due later today. Janet Yellen said that they will raise interest rate. They might raise interest rate this year if ever the data continues to be good. And elsewhere, folks, the Bank of Canada rate cut has been positive for financial stocks. They're confirming, a lot of them are confirming a bottom, just like a lot of railway stocks. If you want access to the full list of railway stocks that are confirming a bottom, make the free trial of marketgurus.tv. And concerning the other resources sector, it's a weakness everywhere, especially on mining stocks, where so far we have a neutral range. It's not appropriate to open any new positions today, especially ahead of the Greek Parliament vote that is due later today. So I wish you all a good trading and see you tomorrow on the Swing Trading Show.